Good to see everybody. Last preseason game, hopefully it's better than the last one we just played from a defensive perspective. And I think our guys are ready to kind of put it together and play a little bit better. I hope that's the case. So guys,
what were your biggest takeaways from?
Yeah, I didn't like the way we played the run. I'll tell you the biggest takeaway was, and I'm going to give Mike McDonald and his staff up there a lot of credit. It just felt like they came out with the intent to prove to the Kansas City Chiefs, and they did. They were coming out huddle fast, they were running right at us. I'm just not sure we were ready for that. And shame on us, but I think our guys will be ready to play good football this week.
I'm sure you can pinpoint to a lot of things when you say that, but what stood out specifically about them?
Yeah, listen, Joe, myself, Brendan talk about it all the time. I mean, run defense begins in the middle. Tackles, linebackers, and then it works its way out. I think there were some things inside that weren't what we had normally done or how we had normally played. Now, listen, we all recognize we didn't have everybody out there. But like I said to them in the meeting right after the game, listen, Chris can't play every play because, we rotate guys. What happens if this guy gets nicked and that guy gets nicked, and all of a sudden that's what we're playing with? And those guys are expected to stand up and play better than we did. So really from the inside, I began there, and then on the perimeter, the tackling wasn't nearly what we're used to. I think our secondary tackles as good as anybody or has. We didn't in that game. So everybody's kind of on high alert, hopefully.
With the loss of Felix and DK, how does that get into that rotation, maybe in the defensive line, and the evaluation who you might keep now?
Yeah. Well, it hurts to lose anybody, and certainly Felix we were counting on in certain ways, right, in certain roles. We'll see who steps up and takes that role. I mean, it'll become numbers. I mean, Brett does a great job of that, and Coach Reed. Some years I know we've kept 5 ends, and then it's 4, and then maybe I think sometimes we kept 6, but it might be 1 less tackle or 1 less linebacker. So when it gets down to the end there, it'll be who's the best 53, or however that works out. But, in Felix's case, the next D ends there. Malik's got an opportunity to jump up in there, and Ashton's been playing good football, so we'll see how it goes.
You talked a lot about Nick Bolton's importance this offseason. Just back to that first quarter, in an inverse way, does that show you almost how important Nick is?
That's a pretty good point. I hadn't thought of that. Although I will say this, Jack Cochran does as good a job, from the mental standpoint. Jack's really good too. Now Jack had, he's hurt now. He got dinged in the game early. He kind of fought through that, and I think it affected him a little bit in the way we played. But yeah, Nick's the glue. But I don't want to take anything away from Jack Cochran, because we rely on Jack as a fill-in guy. I just don't think, I'm not sure I prepared him the right way for that particular offense. What they do with the wide zone scheme, cut back and swaps and all that. That's probably my fault too.
What do you expect out of your guys Friday?
I'm really hoping that we come out, with a purpose, early on. I think Andy has stated that our guys are going to play a little bit. I don't know how far that would go. But for as long as we got the so-called guys out there that we're going to roll with in a couple of weeks, I think we need to step up and show that we're better than we were last week. I think the guys are going to do that. That'll be the intent. We should have. It's just good offense we're playing. I mean, that quarterback's really good. The offensive coordinator, head coach does a really good job scheme-wise. I'm sure, like everybody that comes in here, it doesn't matter whether it's regular season or preseason. You play the Chiefs, they're all jacked up, so we're going to get there. We're going to get a good shot.
It seems like hasn't been luck as far as stings in the defensive back room. 3 weeks out of the regular season, you feel you guys will be okay defensive back-wise, just with availability.
Well, I mean, the unknown is Christian right now, because we haven't had him out there, and Jalen's missed some time. And now we got NJ that's a little bit dinged up. It's kind of been, more than any group on the defense, that back end has to have a lot of continuity, and that comes with reps. And so with a couple of different moving pieces, there's a little bit of concern there. So hopefully we can step to Joe.
How do you feel like Josh Williams fits into that? Josh just seems like he's been maybe a little bit of the man left out.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Josh has played really, really well. We tried production in training camp, pass breakups, interceptions, and forced fumbles. And Josh was right up there with a group of them. So to his credit, he has produced. He's going to get an opportunity now with MJ kind of dinged up here. We'll see that transpires. But the one thing, you know, Josh always gives us is speed and length. Yeah, she's always given us that.
That's fine. Thanks, Coach.
Don't let-
Thank you.